We shitting on it.
Well, speaking of,
Hey, Twitter world.
you did say,
Hey, Twitter world.
and it, well, didn't go very well, did it?
Yeah. Well, I'm here. I'm still here.
Well,
Here I am. I think I was gonna. I considered doing like, for context, I released this meme on Twitter,
A meme on Twitter.
which I can put out tweets and they get 0 likes. By the way,
Yeah.
just to give a little bit of context.
The variety is real.
A little bit of context there.
Yeah.
I can put out tweets that get literally no likes. So, and this isn't about likes because it's like, I don't know. I'd say like 80% of the response to this tweet was just negative. But first of all, how do you feel about the Oasis reunion, Dan? Are you a fan? That would be Imagine Dragons. I'm talking about Oasis.
Well,
you made me a believer.
yeah, I'm a believer in Oasis.
Okay.
Sure. No, I like Oasis. Wonderwall was a classic, and so the news is that they're back together. I guess
Yeah, well, they
they're doing a reunion tour.
they were both still like they both toured. They just didn't.
Right.
I've
They were
seen-
professionally broken up.
I've seen Noel. Noel opened for U2 when I went to go see him, and it was great. It was really good.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I made this meme without. I guess if you're not a fan of Doctor Who, it would make like 0 sense to you. So I'll try. And,
What the fuck?
I will try to make it make sense. But I made a tweet and I said, "Now that Oasis have gotten back together, let's get these two on a phone call."
I believe we have the tweet, the hateful
All good
tweet
if I
in
bring it up?
question.
Yeah, the hateful tweet in question. I thought it was a bit,
I think it's lovely.
it was innocent.
Now
Yeah,
that
was-
Oasis have reunited, let's get these two on a phone call. So you're referencing the Oasis reunion,
yeah,
and the two folks in this picture are Russell T Davies, pictured left, and Christopher Eccleston, pictured right.
right. So Christopher Eccleston played the Doctor. This is a story you can follow even if you're not a Doctor Who fan, I should preface.
Okay.
But Chris Eccleston played the Doctor for one series. He is the only Doctor to do that. I guess if you don't count Paul McGann, who did one movie, that's a different story.
Right.
He played the Doctor for one series and left because he fell out with the BBC and Russell was running the show. Russell's back now. He is currently show running the show at the moment, so it's a bit awkward, I suppose. It was purely just meant to
Yeah,
be like
so
a joke, but
they
people
worked on
did
the
not
show.
take it that way.
Russell has come back to the show. People have been saying, obviously, it would be nice to have Christopher Eccleston back on the show because he was a Doctor, but because of the way that these two fell out,
Yeah,
it's unlikely they will have a reunion. But I think people know that, and like you making this tweet is not a bad thing. You're just making a goof, saying like, and you don't even say they could get back together. You literally just say, let's get them on a phone call, which honestly would be just funny in and of itself. Like even if it went poorly, you know,
It
just
wasn't
hearing
like-
them on a phone call would be
it
pretty
really
funny.
wasn't meant to be taken seriously. It really wasn't. I can't preface that enough. Like it generally wasn't like meant to be analyzes as much as it was.
In Kuchi Gatwa.
In Kuchi Gatwa, if you go down, just go down a little bit for me, please.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me to do that.
Well, no, just because you can see how many people viewed it.
1.3 million. Excuse me. Sorry, 1.3 thousand likes.
Well, yeah.
185,000 views. I mean, that's a lot of views.
It's just crazy. But can I just say, like, 80% of the, like, reactions was just so mean. mostly aimed at me being, like, some kind of, like, dumbass idiot.
Right.
Who had this awful take. And believe me when I say, they definitely let me know it.
The fuck is this shit?
I don't even think you can show the quote tweets because, like, I don't know. There was just some horrible, gnarly shit in there that is just so unnecessary. Like,
Bruh.
I don't even know if I can say it, but there was just some, like, you could look, if you want to go and look for yourself, I am at Hannah Connor on Twitter, and you can check
They
the.
call them dumps. Big,
You can
massive
check the
dumps.
dumps. You can check the retweet, the quote tweets. But there's just some stuff on there that's like, why would you tweet that? It's just like it's. I would say borderline illegal. Some of the stuff that people have said.
Never heard so much malarkey in my whole life.
And I didn't reply to anyone. I think I liked one quote tweet that was just funny. The rest was kind of nuts. And it was scary because I've never had a tweet go that like big before. And I still have it muted because I woke up at like 3 a.m. on Wednesday morning and just seeing
You still
all
get
the
notifications.
it just kept coming through. And like I went to bed and when I went to bed I had like 10 likes and when I woke up it had like 400 or something and I was like, oh my god, like what's going on? And it was only then, this is how you know it wasn't meant to be controversial. When I checked the quote tweets, I saw so many people like not getting the joke and I was like, oh god, like people haven't got it. I considered at that point taking it down, but I decided not to. I decided not to.
Okay.
I was like,
Okay.
fuck it. I got to get used to this scrutiny. And Lord knows I give enough people on this show and my other podcast. That's the 50% Doctor Who podcast
Gucci got one.
with Aiden. I give people shit, so I guess maybe it's my time to... call me Bubbles the Clown. I guess it's my time to get a little bit of shit. I don't know. I saw some people saying that I'm advocating for sexual assault on sets and I heard that Chris Rockerson had like an eating disorder. For the record, I feel like I don't have to say this, but for the record, I obviously don't advocate for that. And if you watched my Doctor Who podcast, you would know that. But you know, obviously people don't who haven't seen it, haven't heard me talk about that. That's cool. It wasn't trying to say that. I was gonna do like a live stream or like a video where I talked about it on 50%, but I was
Explain yourself, man.
I don't know. I feel like I don't have to say that.
No.
I don't advocate for that kind of thing, but it's like, I don't know. I think that's kind of obvious. I didn't. Yeah. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. It was a really horrible feeling because, sorry, last thing I'll say about it, it felt like it wasn't a tweet that people were enjoying and getting like some fun out of. It seemed like everyone who was watching it or just reading it was just getting some like bad negative vibes from it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a meme or like a funny like video.
It wasn't really creating good times.
No, it's like I think the one tweet I've had before this that went semi big. I think I got like 25,000 views on. I think we showed it on the first ever episode of this podcast where we sang the Goblin song on the party bus, and that's fun because like we're just singing and having a good time.
Yeah.
It was different vibe. This one was just causing controversy out the wazoo.
Yeah,
so.
I guess it's funny because it's like a tweet, a tweet that could be viral because of the Oasis stuff, but because of the Doctor Who stuff, it's going to go viral in like a niche section of Twitter.
Oh yeah,
and obviously the fans of a show are always going to be a bit more unhinged about the show than regular folks, you know. So
well, since this is live and we're doing this on Saturday night, the episode of 50% is coming out this Monday. I make this joke in the podcast, and I should have brought that up. Sorry, Dan.
that's okay. I just did it.
Now I realise.
That's
Sorry.
all right. Being fun.
I was thinking about what I was going to say, particularly since it's a live show as well.
Course. Totally understandable.
Sorry, I should have brought the time vortex up.
Wow.
Doctor Who.
Shuchi Gatwa.
I forgot. Oh yeah, so the episode that comes out on Monday, I make this exact joke in it, and then I went home and was like, "Oh, it's a funny tweet, so I'll tweet it." thinking that when people see that joke on Monday, they're not even going to realize that I made the joke on Twitter because it maybe would have gotten 3 likes. Turns out it didn't.
Oh boy.
So
Well, you had a viral hit, I guess. So good on you for that. But
it just sucks because I'm so anti-traditional media, and so many people are just like, "Oh, you're so like pro BBC." I'm not pro BBC. If anything, I'm so on Chris Eccleston's side. I think he didn't get treated
sure.
nicely, and if he did have an eating disorder, I think it's fucking awful. I really wasn't advocating for it. Anyway, I feel like the more I try to like defend myself, the more it sounds like I was trying to do that.
It gets weirder the more you have to explain all the the bizarre attacks you got from such a benign tweet. But people get funny about this sort of stuff. I think it was just a bit of fun. And like I told you, off air, behind the scenes, I said when we were talking about this tweet the other day, you just got to post through it, man. You just got to let them realize who you are with the way you post and the way you do your shows and the way you come out here and talk about the things you talk about. People will know that you're not on the wrong side of these issues if they actually care enough to hear what you have to say. So
I by the way, I put in a lot of effort to try and find the right pictures. So I picked that one of Russell because it's goofy.
Okay.
And I picked the one of Eccleston looking away.
I like
so
that.
So it looks like he's looking at him and he's looking away. I guess no one got that. Like I actually picked it on purpose to look like he was looking away.
That's good.
And he was looking at him.
I like that.
No one got it.
Fantastic. No, okay, I like it now. I see what you were going for.
I get explaining a joke makes it so much less funny, but that is what I was going for. It was
there's been some sort of mix-up.
There has, Rob. I genuinely look. I am sorry if you got upset about it. It really wasn't my intention.
On my gravestone, here lies Tom Baker, who made.
That'll be you. Here lies Conor Haddam,
who got cancelled on Twitter.
Who got cancelled? Yeah,
I'd say a good 80% of people's reactions to it was super negative. So there you go. What a week it's been for old Sea Dog over here.
Well, good on you for getting your Twitter out there, I guess.
Hey, Twitter world.
Well, here I am.
There you are. There you are, my friend.
And that's all I got to say about that. I guess Well, I'm sorry. I feel like I said everything. I'll send all the 50% peeps to this timestamp in the pod because I feel like...
Oh, very sweet of you.
I don't know if I'll talk about it on the next 50% show just because it actually, to get a little bit personal, it could be quite... It definitely on the first day really messed with me a bit. It's just a little bit, folks. Just because I was like, oh god, people have really got the. And I was talking to Josh Snares about it, and they were like, just take it down. It's just going to cause you so much pain. And I was like, never.
I will not.
I was just like, come on. I was like, I don't know. I feel like I've got to get used to this kind of scrutiny if I want to have a career in this sphere. So
okay. Well, good on you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You've done well.
I love you. You're very special.
Thank you.
You're a good lad.
Yeah.
And we know you tried your best, so there's no hate, my friend. You're all good. The kids still love you see?
If I try to turn off the vortex on this thing after you put it on your thing, does it turn off?
Yeah.
Because it's not for me here. I'm trying to... Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Let me in now.